Do you hate when your citizens escape? Do you hate when your workforce is just disappearing and you can't get anything done? Well, listen to your viewers. I'm People Joe, and this is Workers and Resources Soviet Republic, and I made a mistake for a long time this season. I'll tell you what it was. I owe several of you a big apology because you told me all along, you made it very clear, and I always said, no, it's really not that big of a deal. It's fine. Don't worry about it. It's cool. Yeah, just don't. If you look over here, there's a little truck. Just like north of my cursor right there. It just went to the building. You see that truck? You know what that truck is? It's a refrigerator truck. What do refrigerators do? Carry meat. I added meat to the mix. We're now selling meat in here. I changed a couple other things too, and I'll tell you that in a sec. But what does meat do? Well, if we look at the happiness and satisfaction rate, everything is in a 99 or 100%. Super high, everyone is happy. The only thing that they don't get is electronics. Kindergarten right now because I have a baby boom. That's good. Pub tavern, they're not going to get that. And church and place of spirituality. I did put out a poll asking what can you omit from your citizens, and the answer was simple. Not meat. It's electronics. That's the one that you don't need. Everything else is not required, but without meat, my happiness was closer to 80 to 85%. And this is the big one, look at my population. I rebounded hard. I started buying meat around 650 because look at this line. I know it's maybe a little small to see, but this line is almost straight across. Like we weren't getting any gains of population and it was just not working. So I added meat and this is what my population graph looked like since. It's just a steep way up. And for a very long time, I didn't lose any people. I just started losing a couple people because we had 21-year-olds living with their parents and they were starting to get old. So I made a mistake. This is episode, I don't know, 11. And for this whole time, the slow population growth was simply due to my stubbornness that I didn't want to provide meat. And I always knew electronics was not required because this is more related to what are they called? I'm blanking here. Help me. It is related to TV and radio station. If you don't have those, the electronics don't really matter. Some of the tourists want it, but I don't really care. They have everything in here and they still complain about not having enough of something. So that's their problem. That's not mine. And, actually, I actually like that this one doesn't have an assignment, because that means people that don't get picked up for something actually disperse to anywhere else, and that's good. I guess for right now. No, this is fine. This is good. So yeah, meat. Meat was the problem. I didn't have meat, and now I have meat, and everything is better because, one, my money. Two, look at this. We started building the railroad. It's going here, 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 and that's the cheapest little MUV 69. It doesn't go very fast, it doesn't have a high capacity, but we could afford it back in time when I didn't have any money. It's this guy. I think it was 25,000 when I bought it, maybe 30,000. It wasn't very expensive, so that's what I got. I would prefer this one, but we just don't have the money. And by the time I have over 300,000, you know what I'm going to buy? A helicopter. The one thing I know, and I think I explained that last time, you have to look at your bucket size. This one's not bad. It's almost 2,600. This one, only 16. It's not going to do anything. I want one of these two, and they're both 350,000, so it's going to be a little while. You may also notice I only have $1,000 left. I did panic, and I imported or invited a few third world countries, citizens, and I thought that was my only way because my population wasn't going up. There was 20 people, so I built this little road over here, right through the valley. Didn't take much planning. I could just put it there, but turns out I don't need it if I just supply meat. The next thing, our distribution office is actually full. Everything is assigned, everything is running. I'll just jump around a little bit. We have the prefab panel up and running. This is actually really cheap on steel. I didn't realize that. So this is running. I added a little more power over here. That's working. We are producing a lot of cement, but we only have one cement truck to export it. So that's happening. This little area I started. Well, as you can see, we have a lot of boards. We just have to do something with it. I haven't started exporting it yet, but it will be pretty soon. I prefer bringing it over here instead of transporting it from here by truck, because I would like to use a train for that whole transportation business. But it's not high on my priority list because we are doing okay on money, mostly because of tourists right here. I don't know if I'm ever going to build the second hotel, but for right now, this is good. Also, I'm completing, as you can see, I am completing the cableway because I would like to send more people down here. Now, I still have a coal problem. Coal is the thing that's always limiting my steel import, and the mine up here is also done, so that was completed. And I did forget this. As you can see, there were a lot of little things that happened, but it's also been over 3 years, which this whole time progression gives me an idea for the third season. Not going to happen anytime soon, but I know what I'm going to do for the third season. That's going to be a little different and hopefully as engaging. But yeah, I added this storage in between because you should have this. So whenever you have people in your mine, you can actually put your raw stuff somewhere. And then this still has to be built. Now this costs 200 tons of steel. I have nowhere near that, and I rather build all of the rest of what I don't have yet before I build these coal pieces because they are so expensive. There is part of me saying, well, it would be good if you have the coal ready, because then you can also start bricks and you wouldn't have the coal shortage anymore, and you would it would take some weight off my distribution office, because it is, as you can see, nobody's home ever. What's this guy doing? Yeah, we don't have anything stored. Good. Nobody's home, so everything is running, which also means this tank, which we can probably... concrete plant, gas station. This fuel tank is going to be pretty low a lot of the time. And, well, fuel is expensive. But right now we're doing okay in economy. Let's just look at all. Actually, just last year? Yeah, last year is fine. What are we importing? A lot of coal. Yep, cost 130,000. So maybe it's worth just getting that area up and running, because steel is still pretty bad. Mechanical components are bad, electronics, but not the worst. Meat, totally worth it. Just 23 tons, 1,000 rubles a ton, totally worth it. Bricks and all this, yeah, we are building a lot, so that makes sense. But meat was the thing that was missing in my republic, and now we have it and everything is better. Where are you guys going? You going here? Where are you going? You are going there. Cool. So what I want to do today, or partially, is get this thing done, but honestly this is going to take a little while because there's so much construction going on here. And once this construction office over here is done, guess what we're going to do? We are going to start planning a harbor. It's going to be, I think it's going to be here. I may have to do something with this island. Maybe I even do it off this island, which is probably going to be a bad idea because the harbor has to harbor a lot of different storage unit or storage pieces. And one of the things, I probably need to put a harbor for aggregate storing, leave a little bit of space, and aggregate unloading. I'll leave a little bit of space, and cargo, leave a little bit of space, and so on. You get the gist. In the season 1, the big cargo area was very compact. I don't think I can afford that this time, because I actually need space to send my trains in and to do the things that they need to do. So, yeah, we'll see how this goes, but I need a harbor. And then I would like another city. I'm not sure if the city could fit over there. It doesn't look like a bad spot. This, if I turn on contours, and this is why I have a road here, there was a little valley. I don't think I can do anything with that. Are you bringing people here? I want to see if this is too far away, otherwise I have to do something. Two workers, that's excellent. Everyone's highly educated, total traveling time, less than 4 hours, so yeah, no problem here. Yeah, get this going. Maybe we even get it done this time. But, ooh, there's a little plateau up here that we could use for a new city. I'm not planning on making humongous cities anymore. Maybe over here is the best part because then we have a straight shot down to the harbor, probably for here. Yeah, we'll see how that goes. I haven't made up my mind on that yet because we also have to connect rail and everything else there. And I do have a couple excavators here, but I also need to plan on the next city piece because we only have one more buildings coming up, but with the baby boom, I guess we're doing better now. How are you? Still a couple workers without spaces in kindergarten. So we still have a small baby boom going on. I should expand the city in a way that makes sense. And I believe over here is probably a good space to do that. Do we have a couple excavators? Yes. Excavators are ready for us. Only 2 pieces of constructions are left. I'm surprised because just before I started the episode, I started assigning all of these cableways and everything else. And hey, we are where we are now. So that's good. Let's get this building assigned and that we plan the rest of this part of the city. I would like this next to the fields to be a little more farm-centric. That makes sense. And the only buildings we have for that are the brick buildings, which I don't produce bricks yet, sadly, but you can't get anything. You can't get everything all the time. So actually these are different prefabs. I am producing both of those. I'm not producing asphalt by myself because I don't have bitumen. But I think I will be okay with this. Make this part of the city look a little different, get it close to the road. Yeah, I like this. I like this a lot. Mostly because I don't want to make everything look exactly the same. And if I can, I would like to add a little bit of space in between buildings a little more than I did in season 1. That was a suggestion from Jan, and I love it. That is exactly, I mean, do the city planning, right? Don't just plop stuff in everywhere. So yeah, here we are. Put this one here. Now, we will see if I regret not flattening out the whole area before I started this. It's very possible because at this point, everything is kind of blocking me from doing anything terraforming wise, but maybe it's going to be just fine. Yeah, that looks familiar. This is all good. I like this little central piece, and I would like you to come down here. And to do that, let's use the topography tool. Slope this up just a tiny bit, and then yeah, I thought so. Get that road in there, and this one can just connect here. So no problems. This road is going to get constructed pretty soon, pretty fast. Actually, we are definitely in range of power, and power is already at 87%. We have to start thinking about this. It is it's the maximum voltage line. The estimated consumption makes me think we still have a little more room, so this may be fine. And I do think this is a good space for a kindergarten. And they should be in range of everything but the cinema. Maybe we'll address that. There's a spot for a cinema there, but also on this side, there could be a place for that. So let's see how we do this. The kindergarten is more a need because, well, we get into an amount of people where I need more amenities for the people to get stuff done. I would have thought I can fit you in here. Why are you fighting me? Raise terrain, let's see. Let's get everything up to about street level, which I believe we're now a little above that. That happens. I would really like to get you in here. I don't think without a mod we're gonna get there, so yeah, let's just forget about that. This kindergarten can be right there. I think that's a good spot for it. And then let's see, can I fit another cinema back here? No, I don't think so. The next cinema is going to go over here. And the only connection I want here, honestly, is a footpath. I think a footpath is just fine. I am using a couple of these now. I don't think I can actually complete this one without having a real road connection. So let's see. There's nothing in range. And without this one, I cannot actually complete the road path from this bus station to the rail construction zone, because I would like, I added this, but I would like to use both buses to actually cart people out here, and they can then pick wherever they want to go. Because for my prefab panels, I'm not planning on having more than 10 people. 5 is probably enough. Same thing here. I don't need more than 5 to actually be unloaded there. So yeah, let's find a way to build this thing. Found a way. Let's see, can I assign you? Yes, I can. This one, and this one. Auto search is disabled in construction office. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, that should be able to do everything I needed to do on this side. Let's finish planning here. University, where is your access? It's right there. So, yeah, this should work just fine. Put a pedestrian bridge right here with access to just about everything. Then get a pedestrian path out to this side. That's good. Also connect over here. That should help us with really everything else. And then there you go. There you go. That's all I wanted. If I can, I would love, I saw it. I saw green. I saw green. Give me green. Yes. If I can connect a path here that connects to this side more, I will, as you see. So that is good for there. I could use an underpass, but I honestly like these bridge passes a lot better. I mean, if you can see them, you can do more with them. I don't think I have to make it very... Hey. I feel like a bridge should still work here. Okay, it doesn't like it. There was an update today that was supposed to address something with bridge building, especially pedestrian bridge building. So I wonder if that messed with something. You say there. Yeah, it looks like I can't use the site right now. Okay, that's fine. I'll be fine with that. Come on. There you go. So that can go in there, and then I need to start planning this area and develop that. I think for the sake of urban planning, I'm not going to add another road to the highway. I'm just going to cut off here just a little piece and start connecting whatever we have, whatever we want to plan building here. Don't really know what that is, but I think a good starting point, hey Snow, a good starting point is probably a road relatively central, and then we can work off of this, and this can get done first. I think that will be good. While we're here, let's just connect this guy and make sure it actually can connect to something. And then obviously there's a lot of terraforming that needs to be done here eventually, but I don't want to worry about that yet. So get you in there, start all that planning, and then this path, I will just say it's going to go straight to here. Right now it's more about being able to construct this. But later on, I think this will be more important for, well, there's a cinema probably going to be right here. I think that's a great spot for it. But there's also other things that need to happen. Probably a real shopping mall somewhere on this side, general area. I don't know where yet. Look at the money going up. I love it. How are we doing on food? Food, we're good. Nobody's working right now. How many are you bringing in? 20 people. That's what I love to see. And almost all of my people are educated, and I love that. This university is way too big, but needs must. It's working, it's doing what I need to do, so that's all fine. That building is being built. We have coal and the coal power plant. That's important. This guy looks like it's almost done. How are we doing over here? So this guy is done. We don't have a power supply. We don't have a real gas station. That is a small problem, simply because I do believe these guys are currently still, they're only half full. I wish they would just fill up because they can, but apparently this is all they're willing to take. I have fuel here, but maybe my power supply is not enough. That's okay. I will deal with that. What do we have here? Making sure I'm not missing something silly. So we have a lot of boards. I did try. The way this is set up right now, I cannot connect a rail to this. And I would even think... I don't think there's a way for me to connect this in any smart... Well, I could run it off here. I connect it that way. But boards, in the end, are really not my high priority to do anything with. I think what I should do instead is just get another distribution office going and then use that to do something more meaningful with anything where I don't have something set up right now. I do think it fits in here. I said I think it fits in here. Yep. This will work. And this one I can load up with, for right now, just the bigger, what are they, open hulls? And the bigger open hulls have a capacity of 32 tons for boards and steel and all that stuff. Yeah, it's one of the newer vehicles for this update, but you probably have seen them before if you played with them. You sorted my total capacity. It's this T813 6x6 flatbed. There is a lot of potential to do exports with these and whatever else we want to do. So I have these. I just need another distribution office to get that done. And it costs so much steel. Why are they so expensive? So many bricks. Just a few boards. But you got to do what you got to do. Cool. Prefabs looks like they're actually doing what they're supposed to do. I have turned off imports of prefabs, so that is nice. What are we doing over here? You are full. Oh, I did buy an asphalt paver and a roller eventually because I had all these factory connections over here and I had a little extra money, and we're getting close to the helicopter money. I am excited for that. I gotta look at the time here because this is still on my schedule, but I think what I should do is actually add a real gas station out here. Maybe that's the thing that I should really try. I do have a couple of excavators nearby, so this should be fine. I may regret this. I may really will. But for right now, this is what we're going to do. Energy related, give me a small wind turbine because these are lifesavers. Although they may not be in the correct years that they're available. I heard two arguments now. I am not an expert on that topic, and I don't think I ever will be. I like that they're in the game right now, and if you want to use them, go ahead. If you don't want to use them, don't. I tend to make the game hard on myself, but I think those wind turbines help you a lot for expanding, especially, and doing all those things. That reminds me, I probably also need a helicopter CO here, this general area, so I can start on these islands, because that's the next thing that we need to do. We need to get the resources off these islands. And not this island, apparently, because I need iron. I think my next stop is here. Once I have a ship, I'm briefly considering putting a long conveyor belt just across the river here, or across... Is it a river? Across the water, call it that. Putting a long conveyor belt there, but that's probably not going to be very helpful. Also, there's this city here with a few workers. I would like to use them. It's a nice harbor spot, but I may put the harbor closer to here and start a smaller city on that side. And let's see, what is your reach? What is your name? Trout Lake. Trout Lake goes all the way to here. So if you're inside the blue dots, you are touching the sphere of influence. So I would have to start building out here, which is really far away from where I want to be. And building out here, yeah, none of those are ideal. I may still just build the harbor right here. But we'll see what happens. But this is probably going to be our first city that we're going to build. Sorry, not city. Our first island that we are going to populate. That's much better English. I like that we're actually having all these things, and bricks are one of the few things that we still import. Our cableway station is ready. That's scary. because there are a couple workers here all the time. And I can just send a few people out there. What's your... that's cargo. I don't care about cargo. 4 passengers. Ooh. I wonder. 4, 4, 4. I wonder. Either they're not available, or they updated this, so if you want to use the large personal cabins, you have to use the large conveyor cableway stations now. Because I know, even in my tutorial I talked about that the only thing that matters was the heavy poles, which I used everywhere. Oh, you're not connected? Oh, that's your problem. No, what I'm talking about is not the problem at all. The problem is I messed up somewhere else in between. Let's get a cable. You're already connected. What's your problem? And now we go in here. And yeah, there you go. So only the heavy poles is what you needed to get these done. You have a max of 45. Let's give you 10 to get started and just run. It would be nice if it spaces these out efficiently automatically. It may be doing that, it may not. But now I can take this bus and park him. We don't need him anymore. We have people getting to the steel plant now automatically. I'm going to wait until the 5 people that he still has are dropped off. There you go. You come over here. That's good. Oh, I also added this long train depot here. I needed a spot for it, and this already has a crossover available. Then there are these 2 gas stations, and it appears that I did not add my electrical connection yet. Let's do that, because that is important. Very important, actually. And you know what I'm looking forward to? Trying out upgrading all rails at once with selecting this and going over them like this. I'm very much looking forward to that, because that should make life so much easier, because it connects everything between the nodes, if I understand it correctly. I haven't actually used it, which is probably not what you want to hear, but it is what it is. Where, how, when? Should I just pop you over here? Would that make more sense? Maybe. Okay, I'm not going to be able to put you there. So for now, I'm still gonna... I'll figure out where I put that. I don't think it's that important. It is a thing that will happen, and we will add some electricity. Obviously, there's no room over here. I could also just add it right in front of this. That's not a bad place, because I think I'm going to use a lot more of the electricity from this transformer at some point. I would have liked to put it in between here, but honestly, it's not the end of the world if I don't. How we doing? How we doing here? No excavators, no excavators, no excavators available for me to do anything fun. There's a bulldozer there, snowplow, yep, doing all the things. Have a few people here. How we're doing on population? 1,400. Yeah, everything is going so much better now that I spend the money on some meat, and that was totally worth it. What are you... Did I sign these? Yeah, I did. Cool. I signed everything that matters, but this guy is technically unassigned. Can I make you go there? I can. I hope they're not trying to go anywhere else, though. Yeah, no. This is good for now. I wanted to have a quick episode because there were almost 3 years in between this and the previous episode, so stuff is really looking good. I have my cableway station up now, and that means there should be a handful of people here at all times, which means coal becomes more and more of a problem. Yeah, once the railroad comes out to there, we can fix that. I could... No, I can't. As long as there's not a lot of surplus of people here, I don't want to add any more rail cranes, because they will just take away from the rest. There's a crane right now. I do need at least, well, technically I need 4 cranes to get all of this done, but I don't have enough people right now to warrant having 4 cranes. Oh, one thing that I did change, whenever I send, especially in the early days, whenever I send a save to the devs for bug reports, they always said, give your construction office a dedicated bus platform. Always. They always said that. So you remember I had these 2 in the beginning, and then eventually I added this one. This is right now assigned to construction offices, and the buses that go out to this area that also drops off people for construction workers at the rail construction office. And since doing that, I had a lot more people available for construction offices. I even had a house directly assigned to it. So you just click on this, scroll down here and say add buildings where citizens should go, and just assign this one. And that again helped a lot for construction. And then I just here, instead of having people just go away and not work, I just have them assigned to this bus stop. Helps a little bit there too. Yeah, no, things are, everything. Oh, this is good. I like seeing my cableway station back in action. It's doing exactly what I want it to do. Right now, these are all going, oh, it's unspecified. Yeah, that makes sense. Send you here. I wanted them to all go here, and then eventually I will pick them up and bring them up to the mine from this station. Because I also want them to, when I drop off a train here, I also want them to go. Why is anyone working here? Don't do that. I want them to go straight to the bus stop, and then the bus stop itself, they can just go wherever they feel like going. That's the plan, at least for now. I like seeing this, all the numbers. Excuse me. All the numbers are going up. That's where I want them. Yeah, no, this is great. Thanks again for everyone that is, I don't want to say accepting, because you don't have to be, but is still watching, even though I'm very stubborn. Meat was the answer. Meat gives you population, and now I don't have to worry about that anymore. And this little city will start to grow. We will go to this side pretty soon, and I will start planning our little harbor area probably in the next episode, maybe in the one after that. It depends a little bit on what's going on. We do have money. These are just going to get more expensive, so I don't want to wait any longer. MI-10. I think this is the biggest helicopter in the game. That's fine. I don't want to have to worry about fires anywhere down in that area. So let's buy a helicopter, because that's what they're there for. And you can cover, how much can you cover? I like that you cover the fields there. I would like to see, are you not covering out here? Huh. Well, maybe I still have a problem. I have a helicopter now, and the helicopter can get water out of this crater that we built a while ago. But no, things are looking better thanks to you guys. So thanks for all that. I will see you again very soon. Thanks for watching. Bye.